Greetings, fellow classic television fans. Today we'll be talking about a cartoon classic. Underdog, which ran for 9 years, was created by a New York ad man by the name of William Watts Biggers. He went by the nickname Buck.
Wait, Buck Biggers? That sounds like a cartoon character. He must have had a good sense of humor.
Well, clearly he did, because Underdog ran for 124 episodes and ranked number 23 on TV Guide's list of the 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time. Buck enlisted the help of his advertising co-worker Chet Stover. They forged the show originally as a campaign to sell breakfast cereals for General Mills. Think Captain Crunch. Reportedly, they were vying for a coveted Saturday morning slot up against the notably similar Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
With that kind of competition, Biggers once proclaimed to Stover, "We're the underdogs." Well, the name stuck, and with the help of their partners Treadwell D. Covington, who oversaw the audio production, and artist Joe Harris, Underdog went on to become a huge success.
Treadwell D. Covington? Are you making these names up?
Nope, he went by the nickname Tread. With their success, the team eventually left the advertising firm and began their own production company. They named it Total Television. Their canine superhero concept borrowed heavily from the well-established Superman, most notably with the flying ability, super strength, heat vision, and caped costume in which he used a phone booth to change into. This included their obvious version of the mild-mannered Clark Kent, but in this case, he was named Shoeshine Boy.
Thanks, Shoeshine Boy. You're humble and lovable.
The comic spin here was that unlike Superman, Underdog would usually leave plenty of collateral damage in the wake of his heroic deeds. This usually entailed rescuing Sweet Polly Purebred from the likes of villains such as Simon Bar Sinister or Riff Raff. Originally, the cartoon debuted on NBC, where it ran from 1964 to 66. It then bounced over to CBS from 66 to 68, and then back to NBC from 68 to 73.
Anyone up for a game of Super Pooch Ping Pong?
The team had an interesting methodology for writing the Underdog storylines. According to a 2013 Hogan's Alley interview, Buck Biggers said a large portion of the scripts were written during their one notepad, three-martini, and double shrimp cocktail lunches. But since that only took place once a week, they felt justified. He claimed they absolutely loved what they were working on and laughed their way through the entire process.
3 martinis and I'd be laughing too.
As mentioned earlier, Underdog was similar to the format used by the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, using serial-type cliffhangers. They would then intersperse memorable middle-section cartoons. In this case, it was usually Tennessee Tuxedo, Go-Go Gophers, Klondike Cat, and the World of Commander McBragg.
Have I ever told you how I cleaned out the Chicago Racketeers?
Underdog was voiced by the popular comedian and Marlon Brando's best buddy, the late Wally Cox. Wally had plenty of career credits in movies and television, including his own live comedy TV show called Mr. Peepers. Another popular comedian named Don Adams voiced Tennessee Tuxedo before later becoming the iconic Maxwell Smart.
Well, Chief, what's all the excitement about?
An inadvertent drug reference controversy arose in regards to Underdog's super energy pill he used to stash in his ring. Censors eventually acted on removing the portions of the show out of fear it might influence kids to try one out of the medicine cabinet, and apparently it did. In the Biggers interview I mentioned earlier, he claimed to have had just met someone at a book signing that told him the cartoon inspired him to consume a whole bottle of aspirin and that he had to have his stomach pumped. In the Ultimate Collection release, censors went back over the shows and dubbed the word vitamin over the word energy in an attempt to keep the tunes intact.
I've never heard of Vitamin U before.
Eventually, the original 4 partners sold their creation to famed Saturday Night Live producer Lorne Michaels. The rights then changed hands a few more times until it culminated in a 2005 Disney release on the big screen. Unfortunately, the live-action adaptation of Underdog received mostly negative reviews. Later in his career, Buck became the vice president of promotion and creative services at NBC. He tried his hand as a novelist and co-founded the Boston-based organization Victory Over Violence. Prior to Biggers' passing in 2013, he and Stover co-authored the book How Underdog Was Born. It details the works of their company, Total Television, and chronicles the lasting legacies they created.
Boy, am I gonna write a story.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please click the like and subscribe buttons,
Including that all-important bell symbol next to it to be notified of new episodes.
Speaking of episodes, feel free to share and comment on any of them. We'd love to hear your memories of these classics. Tune in for part 2 as we discuss the Underdog theme song as I perform my own arrangement of it. Until next time, thanks for joining us.